Yeah, good morning, everyone. US market continue to see up move, mainly driven by good results over there. Almost around 125 company in S&P 500 has reported results, and in that 85% of the company have reported result ahead of expectations. And that is the thing which is driving the US market. We are seeing that the US market is outperforming all of the market. Uh, Today also there are a lot of results are there in US market of key companies, so need to be watched in that respect. Apart from that, the futures are also comparatively positive for the US market. And if we see Asian markets are also today are showing positive sign as compared to previous days. Apart from that, if you see the commodities are mixed bag. Aluminum in China is down by around 2%, though LME it was more of a flattish. But copper is flat, and even iron ore is flat, and steel is down by around 1%. Whereas if we see oil continue to remain high at around $86. So in all, if we see things are showing some sign of stability and improvement. Even if we see China soft commodities like which went up very sharply since mid of September and now were correcting in last 7-10 days, continue to show sign of corrections in today's trade as well. Like commodity like thermal coal has come down to the level of around 15th mid of September where it has started, and similar is the case with few other commodity like methanol or PVC or all these commodity. But that was a phenomena in China only where the things went up very sharply and now got corrected as well. If you see the thermal coal prices in international like South Africa and all, there the prices are stable and are running at higher level of around 215 to $20. So what we see that whatever the knee jerk which was supposed to happen in China has already happened, and now things should stabilize. Uh, I'll request technical team to take up from here.
Yes, thank you, sir. Good morning, all of you. This is Swati. Yesterday, we have seen that the Bank Nifty has quoted a new high at around 41,820 levels. Bank Nifty is the one who is just maintaining its strength on the higher sides. Looking towards the Nifty, yesterday we have seen that the Nifty has just broke 18,000 levels on an intraday basis, but somehow manages to maintain a closing above 18,100 levels, which gives a relief sign. Looking towards the global market and Asian markets, today our Nifty is our market is likely to open on a flattish note, and we might see some sideways momentum or say some pullback rally from here onwards. On technical front, 18,200 will act as a immediate resistance level. If it's break that level, then the pullback rally is likely to be continued towards 18,270 to 18,300 levels for intraday basis. Whereas on the downside, the support is placed, as I said, 18,000 will be act as a crucial support level. If it's break that level on the closing basis, then we are likely to witness extension of this profit booking, which might take a Nifty towards 17,900 to 800 levels on the higher sides. The overall view will remain a positive on the Nifty as long as it sustains above 18,000 levels on the closing basis. On the bank Nifty end, it's really doing very well. It's outperforming the Nifty. I believe the if bank Nifty is likely to extend this rally towards 41,700 to 42,000 levels on the higher sides. From there onwards we might get to see some profit bookings, but for today intraday purpose, 41,000 will act as a immediate support level. If it's break that level, then this profit booking is likely to be seen, which might take a bank Nifty towards 40,700 to 40,600 levels on the downsides. Among the banks, even yesterday we have emphasized on the Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, Federal Bank. Those three banks are really doing very well. One can just keep a track on these particular counters. Coming towards the Nifty Finance, for the today intraday purpose, 19,370 will be the immediate resistance level. Above that level, we expect a rally to be continued towards 19,550 to 19,600 levels on the higher side. Whereas on the lower end, 19,200 will be the immediate support level. Any move below that level, we might see some extension of the profit booking towards 19,000 level to 18,900 levels on the lower sides. These are the important support and resistance level on the three indices. The overall view on the market will remain a positive as long as it sustains above the mentioned support levels. Definitely stocks are really doing very well. One can hold their long positions, but with the strict stop losses. I think that's it from our end. I request derivative guys to take a call forward.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. Good morning, everyone. This is Amit Bhutani. So, as per yesterday's derivative data, as you look into the OI positions and OI derivative data, we are seeing that heavy call writer positions have getting added up from 18,100 to 18,500 strikes, and unwinding positions of put writer positions took place in yesterday's trading session between 18,200 to 18,500 session strikes. So, this is some sort of a negative scenario. Currently, as we are seeing that the 18,000 strike of put writer is holding strong support from where around 70 lakh positions of put writer positions are still getting added on. So till that time, 18,000 strike of put writer is not getting shifted on downward towards 17,800 on 17,700 level. Till that point of time, 18,000 will hold as a strong support on the closing basis. In yesterday trading session, we have seen that the Nifty broke 18,000 level and above, and but closing it gave above 18,000 level. So currently we are seeing that the Nifty is currently in a range of 18,350 to 17,950 level. Once a breakout of any of these level, then only we might expect some trend to get cleared up for the higher range. Till that time, Nifty is not going above 18,350 level. Till that point of time, we expect market to remain a bit cautious in today's trading session or next 1 to 2 trading session. As you are seeing that the PCOI yesterday closed at 0.82 level, so it is trading at a very oversold zone and very lower level at a lower level. So we might expect some stretch up in the market in today's trading session. So we might expect in first half Nifty to come around 18,240 to 18,270 levels. Till that point of time, we might expect PCROI to be around 0.95 to 1. So again, from 18 to 70, 18 to 50 level, we expect some sell on rise scenario in the market, because as we look into all the data points, OI positions, PCR, OI, FI data, India week, so all are showing some negative strength currently. As we are seeing from many trading sessions that once India weeks goes above 18 level, then the volatility would be very high, and India weeks is continuously trading around 7 18 levels. So till the time India VIX is not getting cooled off below 16.5 level, till that point of time, volatility will remain very high and market would be in a cautious scenario. So hold your long positions with the strict stop losses, as we expect hold your long positions in the Nifty with the support of 17,950 level. Once if Nifty breaks 17,950 level, then the another level which we might see in market would be 17,800 levels. So hold all the positions with the strict stop losses. That's it from derivative front. Thank you.
Good morning. Yesterday, CSB Bank result was okay. The gross NPS declined from 4.9 to 4.1%. That was expected as company made good recovery on the gold loans. However, slowdown in loan growth was disappointing, and the company has guided for loan growth of 10 to 15% for this year, which is below our earlier expectation of more than 20% growth and their guidance as well. So in the near term, don't expect much from the stock, but in the long term, we are positive. Home First Finance result improved. Gross NPA came down from 1.9 to 1.7%. Loan growth was strong at 24% year on year and 7% quarter on quarter. We are positive on the stock. Also, two AMCs came out with result: Aditya Birla Sun Life and HDFC. Aditya Birla result improved with AUM and AUM revenue and profits all growing by 10% quarter on quarter. This was also helped by buoyant markets during Q2. However, from long-term perspective, we are neutral on the stock. For NDFC AMC, result was below expectation. AUM growth was lower than Aditya Birla. AUM growth was at 5% quarter on quarter, and so company continues to lose market share. It further came down to 12.1% from 12.6% in June, and year ago period of 13.6%. So around 1 to 2% kind of market share erosion continues to happen in the last couple of years. Company said that one of the reasons for losing market share is the high number of new fund offers across the industry. So company going forward will be launching 9 ETFs, and that can help them stem market share loss, and then it can be maintained. So we are neutral for NDFC AMC also. Thank you.
Morning, everyone. Yesterday, Kansai Nerolac Paints has announced their results, and results were below expectations. The company has said that they have seen good growth in the decorative. However, the demand in the industrial and the automotive was lower, given that there was some. We have seen that there were shortage of chips. So that is why the automotive industry has faced the brunt of lower demand. Also, the inflation, the raw material inflation is on the industrial side is higher than on the decorative side. That is why we have seen that the company came out with the margins at 11% versus expectation of 16%. SRF announced their results, and results were broadly in line with the expectations. We do have a con call today, and we'll get to know more details about it. The chemical segment did well, but however, the other segments pulled it down. Colgate Palmolive announced their results, and results were marginal below expectations. Not much. The sales grew by 5% though, and the EBITDA margins came at 29.6% versus expectation of 31. The share is trading 35 times. We are positive on this for the long-term point of view. Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. Newgen Software has posted improved set of numbers for the quarter with revenue growing by 16.3% Q on Q and 19.7% year on year. Even EBITDA margins improved and came in at 25.1% versus QOQ of 14.3% and year on year of 26.5%. Share is trading at 28.8 times TTM EPS. Tech Mahindra has posted above expectation numbers for the quarter with CC Q on Q growth coming in at 7.2%. Growth is broad-based across all verticals from telecom and the enterprise. TCV came at $750 million. Management indicates that the company will maintain growth and margins in H2 of the year. And Tech Mahindra has also acquired two companies, InfoStar LLC and We Make Websites, to strengthen its digital portfolio. Outlook is positive on the company. Jagran Prakashan has posted improved set of numbers for the quarter, both in the revenue and the margin front. Share is trading at 6.4 times FY23 EPS. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning. Orient Cement result was broadly in line with expectation. Revenue came at 613 crores versus expectation of 332 crores. EBITDA came at 134 crores versus expectation of 136 crores. Share is trading at EV by EBITDA of 5.27 times FY23. Prakash Industries result has improved. EBITDA came at 99 crores versus 96 crores sequentially. EBITDA margin came at 11% versus quarter on quarter of 9%. GMDC result was okay. Ramco Cement reported above expectation numbers, driven by strong volume growth and control costs. Offtake came at 2.7 million ton versus expectation of 2.4 million ton. With the low cost coal inventory and increased use of alternative fuel helped the company to contain cost. Realization was down by 4% sequentially and 3% year on year on account of lower sales in Kerala. EBITDA per ton came at 1475 per ton versus 1700 ton quarter on quarter. Vardhman Special Steel result has declined. Revenue came at 336 crores versus quarter on quarter of 330 crores. EBITDA came at 46 crores versus 51 crores sequentially. Thank you.
Good morning. CCAT announced its result yesterday. Revenue grew by 29% on a sequential basis and 24% on a YOY basis. EBITDA margin came at 9% as against 8.7 on a quarter-on-quarter basis, but it was below the 14.8% on a YOY basis. The company saw a decline of consolidated net profit of 77%, which was impacted by higher expenses, especially higher cost of materials. The company's board also approved raising of up to 500 crore through debt securities on a private placement basis. The company saw an increase in debt on account of higher capex and higher inventory. The share is trading at a PE of 12.6 times FY23 EPS. Thank you.
Apart from that, one or two more results. Indus Tower came up with the numbers, and numbers were marginally above expectations. It's more of a steady set of numbers. Apart from that, Dwarikesh Sugar came up with comparatively better number. Though sugar division profitability was maintained, and even the power division was maintained, but the main kicker or main growth came in the ethanol divisions, where the profitability and volume sales both have improved. Apart from that, BPCL, the divestment of BPCL is reported to be getting delayed, mainly because the people who have been qualified for technical bid and are looking for financial bid are looking for partners for them. Like company like Vedanta has been qualified, and Apollo Global and I Square. These three companies have bid for BPCL, and they are scouting for partner to do the financial bidding, and looking for some major oil companies, and they are not able to get that immediately. And as such, financial bidding for the BPCL is getting delayed. So that may act a bit negative for BPCL in short term. Just update on C8, like what we are seeing in last 3-4 quarters, that C8 margins are consistently declining. Even in this quarter, the gross margin declined by around 200 bips. But what we see that the cost has increased, and now the company is consistently increasing the prices. And towards now the cost increase has stopped, and price increase benefit will start coming in from the next quarter. So what we see that the sales in automotive auto sector for C8 is quite good and came ahead of expectations, and the margins should start improving from the next quarter. So overall outlook seems positive for C8 from here. Now result for 28th. APL Apollo is likely to report number on 28th, and results are likely to be okay. No doubt quarter on quarter there will be a decline in the margins. That was mainly because last quarter there was a inventory gain, and which will not be there in this quarter. But the revenues are likely to increase by around 12% quarter on quarter, but EBITDA margin is likely to decline because of that. But normalized EBITDA margin is likely to be okay. Then Blue Star is likely to report number. Here again, the numbers are likely to show decline, especially on the margin front, mainly because of the increasing cost. We had seen that the Lloyd Electrical, that is part of Havells India, has reported the numbers, and the numbers were not good. So expectation from Blue Star is also on a lower side. Similarly, Crompton Coromandel International result is likely to come up, and results are likely to be more of an okay. Year on year, it will show decline because last year there was an extraordinary gain on account of lower material cost, and company reported high 18% margin, which will get normalized to around 14% in this quarter, which is their normal margins in this quarter. Revenues are likely to increase by 20%. So result will be more of an okay. Then Gujarat Gas is likely to report numbers, and numbers are likely to show declining trend. Marico is likely to report numbers. What we had seen that there was a pressure on the margins in most of the FMCG companies, and the volume growth was comparatively lower. Here the expectation is that the revenue is likely to increase by 19%, but EBITDA margins are likely to show decline both quarter on quarter and year on year. So result are expected to show some declining trend. Motilal Oswal is likely to report number. The broking business has done well in this quarter, and even the AMC business has shown improvement for other industry peers. So similar trend may be visible in Motilal Oswal result as well. Then Prism Johnson is likely to report number. What we had seen that Prism Johnson is in Central India, and Central India the company has come up with number in Central India had shown comparatively better number as compared to the Southern and other player. So results are likely to be more of a stable type of number or maybe improving. Then Schaeffler India is likely to report numbers, and numbers are likely to show improvement. Revenues are likely to increase by 20%, and EBITDA is likely to increase by around 16%. Sudarshan Chemical is likely to report numbers. Numbers are likely to show decline, both quarter on quarter and year on year, mainly on account of lower margin in this quarter as compared to the previous quarter and previous year as well. Tata Power is likely to report number. Here again, the numbers are likely to be more of a flattish number. Then Mahindra & Mahindra Finance is likely to report number. Here the credit cost is likely to come off very sharply both quarter on quarter and year on year, and that will be the point to watch in this result. Numbers are likely to show improvement from the very low base of last quarter. So numbers are likely to show improvement. So that's all from us. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.